Okay, friends, for our first step, there is something that I realized we did wrong. So when I say Jay has 13 posters to hang, I know I start with 13. So that first one where it says circle an equation for step 1, I am trying to figure out which equation am I going to use. Am I going to use plus 5 or minus 5? So since I have 13 to hang, he hung 5 in the morning. So if I started with 13 and I ended up hanging 5, I am taking away that 5. So it's going to be 13 minus 5 equals 8. I was trying to get us to explain that over Zoom before it cut us out, but we didn't really get a chance. So our first step was 13 minus 5 equals 8. That was our first equation. So circle the equation for step 1. We circled it. Now it says underline the equation for step 2. When we do a step 2, we're always going to start with the answer that we had. So we have 8. And then it says, then he hangs 4 more in the afternoon. If he hung 4 more in the afternoon, we started with 13. He ended up hanging 5, so we took away 5. Then he hung 4 more. We're not adding. I don't want you to get tricked up by this word more. If we're still hanging those posters, we started with 13. We hung 5, so we're taking away. So we're going to take away 4 again. So 8 minus 4. So my equation that matches 8 minus 4 is this one. So I'm going to underline it. And I end with 4 posters. We have 4 posters left. For our next problem, it says there are 15 people on a train. At the first stop, 8 people get off and 3 people get on. How many people are on the train? So we're going to use these bar models to help us. They put 15 up here because we started with 15 people on the train. That's our whole. Our whole always goes up top. At the first stop, 8 people get off. So if 8 people leave the train, I'm going to put 8 as a part. And I know based on how I set up this bar model that if I'm missing a part, I am subtracting. I am doing 15 minus 8. So for strategy, I can either subtract back and start at 15 and take away 8, or I can start at 8 and count on till I get to 15. I know most of my friends like to count on, so I'm going to do that strategy. I'm going to start at 8, lock in 8, and I'm going to stop when I get to 15. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It took me 7 fingers, so therefore 7 people are now on this train. So since 7 people are on the train, just like last time when I start my step 2 problem, I'm going to start with my answer. So 7 people are on the train, so 7 is my new whole. I have my new whole number. And then it says I have 15 people on the train. I already did that step, so I'm going to cross that off. It says 3 people get on. If we have 7 on the train and 3 get on, that means I am adding 3. So that means that this 7 is not my whole. I had to have it as a part. So I was able to change my work. So last time we started with this number as the whole, and I realized I made a mistake. If I have 7 on the train now and 3 more get on, I know I'm adding those 2 numbers together. So that means I am trying to get a whole. I am trying to get that whole. So if I add 3 and 7, I'm going to lock in 7 because it's my larger number, and I'm going to do 3 more. 8, 9, 10. So now 3 people, oh, sorry. I don't know why I put 3. I think it's because I was counting on. So 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. Sorry, friends. My brain's a little crazy right now. So now I have 10 people on the train right now. So you guys can see that even Miss Luby makes mistakes. I went ahead and on our first step, I said, oh, That's always going to be our whole. We just found out it's not always going to be our whole. If it's our whole, we would have done 7 minus 3, and that wouldn't have worked out because our problem says, and 3 more get on. So if I'm putting 3 more on the train, that means I'm adding. So if I'm adding the 2, I have to put my parts together and get a new whole. So number 4, a box holds 12 markers. How many does it hold? It holds 12. Non takes out 6. So if I'm taking some out, I am subtracting. So 12 minus 6 equals, I'm going to lock in 12, count backwards, 6, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I know it equals 6. So there's my first step. Then she puts 2 back. So I'm going to start with 6. And then she puts 2 back. So she puts 2 back. She first took out 6 and then she decides, oh, I'm going to put 2 back in. I'm going to add 2 more. So if I add 2 more, I am going to get 8 markers. It says, are there enough markers in the box for Finn to take out 10? Ooh. So now we know our answer is 8, but then it asks us a new question. It says, are there enough markers in the box for Finn to take out 10? So if I have 8 markers in the box, can Finn take out 10? No. No. There are only 8 markers. 8 is less than 10. And there we go.